All right, folks, welcome, welcome, welcome. This is Sam Bell here, and I am your host for this evening. We have something very, very, very exciting to share with you this evening. In fact, this is the first time that I have ever shared anything like this before, and I'm excited because I know what is there. I know what is there, and if you have a business, if you're looking to start a business, you're in an existing business, I don't care what that business is, whether it's real estate, whether it's you're an internet marketer, whether you're doing affiliate marketing, whether you are in some sort of MLM, whatever the case may be, this applies to you, okay? And I'm going to have some very, very special information as well as a very special guest that's going to be joining us, okay? So you want to make sure you stick on to the end. Now, I'm sure you will probably have some questions by the time that this is done. And I promise you that I will answer any questions at the end of the presentation. So if you have them, feel free to type them in. But I'm looking forward to this because it's going to absolutely blow you away. So with that said, as it says, hey, this is the internet cash flow training, okay? You're going to get ready to discover the easiest and simplest way to drive traffic to your websites, get leads, and increase your cash flow with a tested formula that absolutely works. And I know that without a shadow of a doubt because I tested it myself. So for those of you who are joining us, and this is your first time you've ever been on a webinar with me, let me just tell you a little bit about me and who I am. I'm the president and CEO of Net Market Resources. We are an internet marketing firm, consultant, and training agency. We've trained over 3,000 people on internet marketing, and we help several businesses generate millions, absolute millions in online revenue. And we have personally generated over $100,000 in 48 hours online using some of the strategies that I'm going to be sharing with you this evening. I'm also an international speaker and author. I travel all over, I speak, and I share this information. Businesses need to be able to grow, and businesses need to be able to leverage the power of the internet and do it properly, okay? And I'm going to share with you one of the strategies and several other strategies that I use to generate real money online, okay? And this isn't play money. We're talking real money, the type of money that will allow you to quit your job and go on vacation for a year. We're talking about the type of money that can allow you to put your kid through school, okay? So this is real world, hardcore stuff that once applied, okay, when you apply it, it can be absolutely life-changing. So I know you might be asking yourself, why am I doing this? And what is this all about in the first place? Well, first and foremost, I've seen many people try and fail. I mean, good, hardworking, honest people who really wanted to succeed, but didn't have the systems or didn't have the proper knowledge, okay? And what I'm going to reveal to you is something that will allow you to overcome that challenge if you've had that experience. People want and need a true opportunity that works. I've been online for several years now, and there's so much crap and BS out there. And anyone who knows me, I'm a straight shooter, and I'll tell it like it is. And, people are tired of that. They want something that's going to work, something that's proven, something that's going to really allow them to change their lives. 3, this is also probably the simplest method to achieve real success using the power of the internet. Like I said, regardless of the business that you're currently in, or even if you don't have a business at all, okay? And I've done a lot of trainings. I'm a very technical, advanced, high-level guy, and what I'm going to share with you this evening is by far the simplest method, meaning that if you are internet illiterate, you can do this, okay? And it's really all about leveraging the power of the internet. The internet is growing and growing and growing. As the economy here in the United States and other places slows down, the online economy is exploding. It's absolutely growing by leaps and bounds. Billions and billions of dollars are flooding the internet, okay? and it is the ripe opportunity. It's not too late. If you thought that the .com boom was something else, wait till you see what's going to be happening over the next 12 to 24 months. It's going to be absolutely ridiculous. And you can piggyback off the success of others. You know, one of the biggest challenges that a lot of people run into when they try to get started marketing online, whether it be for a regular brick and mortar business or for an online business, is that they go at it alone. They go at it alone. They don't have any help, you know, and they don't piggyback off of others. And a lot of times that leads to failure, okay? And we're going to show you how to be successful. And also, I want to provide you with a systematized approach to cash flow. Because if you just think about this, if you had an extra $500, $1,000, $2,000 a month, what would that do for you? And also know that this is interactive too. So like I have the question board up. So I mean, you just type in there, if you made an extra $500 to $2,000 a month, just let me know like what that would do for you. I want to see some answers right there. Just type it in right there in the question box and let me know what that would do for your life. How would your life change if you had a systemized approach to actually bring in that additional revenue month in and month out? How would your life change? How would it be effective? Would you be able to, you know, maybe pay off some debt, maybe to put yourself in a better situation? What would that do for your life? Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right, Brendan said, he said, I need to make an additional 6 figures. That's awesome. You're gonna love this stuff. You're gonna come to Atlanta and work with me. That's what I'm talking about. Awesome, great feedback. Well, you're gonna get that opportunity and a lot more, okay? So, when it comes to marketing online, whether you have an online business or offline business, most people who choose to go online do so using the affiliate marketing model. Now, if you're not familiar what that is, okay, basically all that means is that someone pays you a fee to send traffic to their website when someone buys, okay? Now, these are some of the challenges, though, with that model. And the number one challenge that I find as a professional affiliate marketer, someone who does this full time, is finding good products that sell well. I mean, there's a lot of, like I said, there's a lot of stuff online, but you want to find products and services and things that's going to provide value to people's lives. Okay, so you want to have good products that not only provide value, but that people want. People want to buy the stuff. So you want to find good products that sell well. Okay, they sell themselves. The second challenge is having good products and offers with mass appeal. Just think about this for a second. You know, for some of you who may be a little bit more advanced that's on the call here, you may have heard the term, there are riches in niches, okay? You know, there's money to be made by niche marketing. Well, the reality is if you want to create wealth, okay, you want to create true wealth, you want to generate, you know, millions, 7 figures, 8 figures online, you need a product or service that appeals to the masses, the absolute masses, okay? And what I'm going to share with you is something that appeals to the masses. I'm talking about to millions and billions of people that are out there waiting, wanting, and need this right now, okay? The next thing, and probably one of the most frustrating things, is that you work hard to, you know, market and promote an offer or to promote a product only to have that product pulled from you. You know, just think about this. Just think about if you took the time, energy, and effort to go build a website, you know, to, you know, customize that website, put content on that website, drive traffic to that website, and especially if you're doing SEO, just imagine if all of that something, let's say you build a whole website around this particular offer, only after you finish having everything built out, you put all this time and energy and effort to see that offer go away, meaning that it's no longer there anymore. You can't promote it. You can't make any money off of it. You know, just imagine how frustrating that would be. So these are some of the challenges that we're going to overcome. Getting paid on time. you know, as someone who markets online, there are businesses and there are companies out there who just don't pay on time. You know, I personally have promoted and sold things online and have had thousands of dollars that I've had to wait patiently for or chase down and get paid. So again, this is another challenge that a lot of affiliates face. And then getting paid more than once. Think about this. When you put in the time, energy, and effort to build a business, to grow something, okay, you want to see a return on investment not just once, but multiple times, okay? And as affiliate marketers, a lot of times we go out there, we sell products, we sell services, or we promote our business only for one paycheck. And then we got to go and do it again and again. Friends, with that model, it's just a high-paying job, okay? Because you constantly have to go out there and do the work over and over again. So these challenges that I know exist out there, these challenges that I know people are having, we're going to overcome that. We're going to overcome that. But I know you may be thinking to yourself, well, you know, I'm new to all of this. Can you even make money? Can I really get paid with affiliate marketing? Can I make money as an affiliate? And the answer is a resounding yes. Okay, and these are just a couple of the accounts that I have. This is one of my ClickBank accounts. I have several other ClickBank accounts. You can see this is recent stuff. This is 2012. This isn't, you know, stuff from, you know, 2-3 years back. Okay, I just went and took a shot of that. And then if you look there where it's yellow at, you'll see that TID, it says SEO. That means that those sales came from free traffic. And we're going to talk about that. Okay, we're going to talk about how you're able to leverage and do that. All right. You know, here's some recent statements from one of my PayPal accounts. So yes, you can make money. I make a lot of money online. Okay, and it's a very, very good lifestyle. Okay, but if I can make more money doing less work, I am all for that. And that's exactly what I found. A way to leverage the internet, a way to make more money and do less work. Okay, through the power of technology and people power. Okay, and people power. So how do we even make money as an affiliate? How does this whole thing work? Okay, well, you need two things to make money as an affiliate marketer. All right, the first one is you need a killer product that works. Okay, you need a great freaking product that people love, people want, and people need. You gotta have a great product that works and that sells. Okay, a great product that works and a great product that sells. Number two is you need traffic, traffic, traffic. I don't care if you have the best whiz-bang widget. I don't care if you got the best dress. I don't care if you have the best pies. I don't care if you have the ultimate product that will solve world hunger. If no one knows about it, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So you need traffic. Traffic is the lifeblood of a business when it comes to marketing that business online. Okay? So we want to get tons of traffic, but just not any traffic, free traffic. You want to get free traffic to your website. So just imagine you have a website that's getting thousands and thousands of visitors at no cost to you. Imagine the type of leverage that provides you with. Okay, and it's a very simple way to do it. And I'm going to simplify this whole thing. All right. Now, if you heard about free traffic, I'm going to break it down and make it very, very simple. All right. And here it is. Free traffic comes from the search engines like Google, Yahoo, and Bing, and now social media. But that's another discussion. But just the basis of free traffic comes from the search engines. People who are looking for some information. You have a relevant website that can serve up that information. The challenge for most people is they don't know a thing about when it comes to how do I get the free traffic, because you have to deal with this complex thing called SEO. Now, if you never heard that term before, SEO stands for search engine optimization, and that in of itself sounds complicated. Okay, I'm gonna optimize. Optimize what? What is it that I'm optimizing? And not only that, going this route, it used to take a long time. Okay, it used to take a long time. It It just didn't happen. You know, on some campaigns, you might spend months and months and months trying to get your website to the top of Google or to the top of Yahoo and Bing to get free traffic, okay? And, you know, by the time you get it there, maybe that offer that you was promoting expired, okay? So, you know, it's a great advantage to doing it, and there's a lot of power in it, but you have to be able to do it consistently and rapidly, okay? Consistently and rapidly. So, meaning that as soon as you can get a website up and you can get traffic going to that website, you can start seeing results. And there's a way to do that. There's actually a secret sauce, okay? There's a secret sauce to fast rankings. Now, if you don't have a pen and paper, you might want to get one and write this down, okay? And if you heard this before, great. If this is new for you, great. But I'm really, like I said, I'm going to make this simple. All right, so here's the secret sauce. You ready? Here it is. The secret to getting your websites to rank fast in Google is this. You need tons of backlinks pointing to your website. Now, for those of you who are on here and don't have no idea what a backlink is, it's simply this. Online, you have thousands and thousands of websites. Well, if another website links to your website, that is a vote, or that is a backlink. So on my website, sambell.us, if someone links back to me from their website, from their blog, that is a backlink. But you need tons of backlinks, especially when you're going to be competing for very competitive keywords, okay? So if you want to rank for a very competitive keyword, you're going to need thousands upon thousands upon thousands of links, okay? But that, in a nutshell, that is what the Google algorithm is based off of. It's based off of links, okay? The second thing that you're going to need is fresh, updated content that's being posted to your website daily. Now, I know you may be thinking, well, I have a website, but there's no way in heck I can post to the website every day. I have 15 million other things to do. How the heck am I going to find the time to build 20,000 backlinks and post to my website every day? And that's the challenge. That is one of the challenges that a lot of people have to overcome. Okay? But just imagine for 1 second, what if someone else did all the work for you? What if someone actually gave you access to a site that had over 600,000 backlinks already built? You think you might be able to do something with that? 600,000 backlinks. That is a massive, insane amount of backlinks. You can almost rank for almost any keyword you want to with those many backlinks. In addition to that, what if you had a site that there was already had hundreds of pages of fresh content created for you daily, meaning like every day people are posting information and content. You don't have to write anything. They do it for you. Just imagine that, if you were able to do that. What if this website was the top 1,000, in the top 1,000 of websites in all the world? Now, for those of you who don't know how big the internet is, there are literally billions of pages, with a B, billions of pages online. So for a website to be one of the top websites, top 1,000 websites over the whole internet in the whole world is not a small thing. That is huge, huge. And imagine if that was your site. Just think about that. What would that be worth? And I'm asking you this, and I want you to tell me, what do you think something like that is worth? A site that got 600,000 backlinks, it posts content daily, and it's in the top 1,000. What would you pay for something like that? Just type it in the box there. I'm just curious, because I want to know what value you would put something on that, especially those of you who are marketers who have marketed online. What would that be worth? Okay, I see $1,000. Okay. All right. Brenda, $400. Percentage of my sales. Richard said whatever it costs. Okay, I was at $37 a month. Price at $25 a month. Doesn't matter the cost. Chris, you understand that. Dave Pitt said 50, what's that, $500,000. Dave, you know your stuff because you know to get 600,000 backlinks and have the content the content updated daily, and for it to be in the top 1,000 sites online, that is immense, absolutely immense. That's right. You got the idea. As long as I'm profiting, but let's take this. Let's take it a step further. Okay. Let's take it one step further. What if someone else also created a product for you that sells like hotcakes that you can sell and keep 100% of the profit and get paid every month? Every month. They do all the work, they create the product, and you can sell it, and it sells like hotcakes, and you can get paid every month. Just imagine what that would do for your business. But let's take it even a step further. What if in addition to giving you a hot product to sell, you could also plug in any product, any service you choose, and was still able to capitalize off of all the free traffic coming to your website? Now just think about that. You have a website that's in the top 1,000 websites on the entire internet with 600,000 backlinks, with content being created for you daily, and you can sell anything you want to on that site. Anything. So if you got a brick and mortar business, you want to get your brick and mortar business out there, you can do that. If you have your own products that you want to sell, maybe you're a speaker, maybe you're a promoter, you can do that. Maybe you own an auto mechanic store and you want to rank in Google for selling your services. You can do that. And folks, this is exactly what I've been working on. This is exactly what I've been underground, really behind the scenes, because you haven't heard from me for quite some time. And this is why. This is exactly why. So I guess it should come as no surprise. That's what I found. That's what I tested. And I verified works, and I did it on my own dime. Because, see, I am a very protective person when it comes to my reputation. And I'm not going to present anything, any information that I have not verified, tested, and twisted every which way to make sure that it is what it say it is and it does what it says it does before I present it. Because it's my neck on the line. But before I even reveal to you what this thing is, I have some more information. I have some numbers. I have some data that I want to share with you. Because, see, numbers don't lie. Numbers don't fluff. And this stuff can be verified outside of what I'm sharing with you. Okay? I already did the research for you, but it can be verified. You can check it. Okay? So check this out. Traffic rankings. What does it mean? So if you're not familiar with Alexa, Alexa basically keeps a tab on the whole internet, and it ranks all the top sites. Now here is the technical explanation. Rank is calculated using a combination of average daily visitors to a site and page views on a site over the past 3 months. The site with the highest combination of visitors and page views is ranked number 1. Okay? So with that said, number 1, if you actually went to Alexa and check, is Google. Makes sense. Google is the biggest search engine. They get a lot of traffic. Number 2 is Facebook. So you get the idea of how Alexa works. So if you are a website that means something, you're going to show up here. You're going to show up here. All right? So let's take a look at some of the more popular websites on Alexa. Now, here's the first popular site. Now, this site is actually owned by Ellen DeGeneres, and I'm assuming most people know who she is. She actually has the number 1 daytime talk show in the United States of America, 2.7 million viewers a day, okay? And her website globally ranks 897,000, and in the U.S., 490,000. Now, considering when you're talking about billions of pages, that's not too shabby. It's not too shabby because she's under 1 million, and we're talking billion, and in the U.S., she's under 500,000, okay? But not too shabby. Let's take a look at someone else you might be a little bit more familiar with. And that's the queen of talk show herself, Miss Oprah. So Oprah's Alexa traffic rank is 2,566. That means out of all the websites in the world, she comes in at 2,566. In the United States, 737. And we're talking about a billion-dollar brand in business, folks. So just let that sit on, just let that simmer for a second. We're talking about a billion-dollar brand ranks in Alexa at 2,566, and in the United States at 737. Huge. But check this out. And this is why I am absolutely ecstatic. Absolutely ecstatic. Because what I'm getting ready to share with you is breaking records. I'm talking about breaking records like Google and Facebook. Okay? In terms of growth and the speed of growth. Check this out. This is the new site on the block. Not only 3 months old. In 3 months, went to a global rank of 991. In 3 months. Think about that. In 3 months, went to a global rank of 991, and in the United States, 365. You mean to tell me the country that invented the internet, that this website is what, 365 out of all of the websites on the planet? Folks, do you realize how huge that is? Let's talk about backlinks. How about those links? 687,000 backlinks. External, 687,000. 3 months, folks. 3 months. This is what happened. Now just think about this. What if you were involved with Google when they looked like this, when they were in beta? Just think about that. What if you were around? What if you and Larry Page was cool? just think about that. Or if you've been able to work with Mark Zuckerberg when it was called thefacebook.com. I bet you most of you probably never even seen this. This is the Facebook page. This is what it looked like when it first launched. 2004. Mark Zuckerberg production. Just imagine where you might be today. Just think about where you might be right now at this point in time. Facebook is getting ready to IPO for $5 billion. And that's the rough estimate. Might be more than that. But right now it's projected to IPO at $5 billion with a B, $5 billion. And folks, we're tapped into a website that had a faster growth than that. Do you see what I'm sharing with you here? Are you getting it? Is it starting to click? And that's why you can hear the enthusiasm in my voice. But it wasn't like that from the beginning. It was not like that. And the reason being is, I have to admit, I was a skeptic at first. That's just my nature. It's just my nature to be skeptical. You know, anytime I see something that seems too good to be true, my radar usually goes off and I go into my Sherlock Holmes detective mode. I'm researching. I want to know what this is about. There's no way that this can be reality. No way. And I continued. I did my due diligence. I did it for a month. Even though I looked everywhere to try to just prove this, and there's no way this can be happening. The writing was on the wall. It was quite obvious that this was the real deal. This was the real deal, folks. But I still have my reservations. I still had reservations about this thing. But it was a Facebook post that did it. All my skepticism, it went away. What little I had left when I received a Facebook update from someone I know, like, and trust, and also happens to be one of the most successful businesswomen I know. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is Miss Raven Starr. And Raven was kind enough to get on a call this evening and share with you this vision, share with you what we're doing. Raven, are you available? Are you there?
I'm here, Sam. Wow, you're blowing me away. I'm ready to get started.
Awesome. I just wanted to thank you for, first of all, for putting it out there, because if it wasn't for you, I would have no clue, and I probably would have got left behind. So I want to thank you, folks. If you don't know who Raven Starr is, Raven is an absolute phenom in the world of direct sales. She's responsible for creating millionaires, multi-millionaires, and I mean, she's awesome. She inspires me every single day and pushes me every single day to improve and to better myself. And Raven, if you would just share with everyone, you know, what this is about and what we're doing, how we're collectively working together to really go out there and change lives, and what the mission is for the 30.
I would love to do that, Sam. Sam, when I came to the United States back in the 90s, I came here, and for the first year of my life, I was homeless. And I don't know what situation the people that are listening to this webinar are in, but I know that there's a lot of people hurting right now, and they're in financial pain, whether they're having to live on their savings account, paycheck to paycheck, cash in 401ks, cash in real estate at pennies on the dollar, or even worse, living off of their credit cards. And I know that these people deserve to have an opportunity like what we're about to show here. A few years ago, I walked away from, and I'm Googleable, and afterwards people can go watch it on YouTube. I walked away, I was getting $15,000 to $20,000 a week. And you know, that one year I made about, I don't know what it was, 711,000 or something like that. And I walked away from that income in that network marketing company and asked them to give that to charity. And no one ever in the history of MLM or direct sales has ever walked from nearly $1 million a year passive income. I had not worked in 2 years. Every Monday morning, $15,000 to $20,000 got deposited into my bank account. And I was on a permanent vacationing in Tuscany with my son and my friends, going to Egypt, traveling all over the world. And people asked me, why did you walk away from that money? And the reason I did that was because I could not, with a good heart, bring people into a network marketing company where I knew the sales were going to drop. And that was my prediction. See, I'm all about the people. I cannot bring people into a company unless I know they have a fair chance to become a millionaire. And so I walked away. And for the last few years, I have been looking for the next company where I could help people become millionaires. And, you know, if that number is too big, I actually, you know, as you know, that, and you're a part of this, you're one of the leaders, I call it the zillionaire team. Because I don't know if it's going to be 100,000, 500,000, 1 million, 3 million. I don't know what your number is to make this year where you actually feel like a zillionaire. Maybe an extra $3,000 a month coming into you would change your life. I remember days where an extra $20 would change my day. It would practically change my life because I would eat. And so I have been looking, and I found something in beta, and that's why I put up that Facebook post. I said to my friends, I've got something, and I'm on a mission. I have been responsible for quite a few people becoming millionaires because of opportunities I've let people know about. And I put up on Facebook, I'm looking for 30 people who want to become a millionaire or a zillionaire in 2012. And you stepped up and you said, hey, you know, what's going on? You and I actually met through we were at an event with Richard Branson, and we met there.
Yep.
And so you knew me. You knew we were, we had met. You could trust me. And so you responded to that, and you said, Raven, and I love that you said this because you're such a leader, Sam. You said, Raven, you know what? You're looking for 30. You said, I'm determined to find my 10 millionaires. And so this is what's exciting, Sam, for you and I and for everybody on this unprecedented webinar, is that we get to lock arms. And I don't know if you're going to get 10, 20, or 30, but I bet you anything you're going to get 10. And I bet you there's a few of them on this webinar tonight. And I know that if we lock arms with the opportunity, we're in the right place at the right time. And all the success books, all the success seminars, all the opportunities anybody ever needs to make their first million or their second million is out there. And I know we would all agree. And the reason I went from being a homeless girl in my 20s in the United States, and I lived on the streets, I slept in airports, at battered women's shelters. And then a decade later, I've got a product on Oprah, and I'm being mentored by billionaires. The only reason that happened, Sam, and I know the reason you became a millionaire, and the reason our other friends who have achieved success in life, the reason they've done it, and the reason that athletes win the gold medal is simple. The best of the best have the best mentors. It's not about the best book, because all the books are out there. And it's not about the best seminar. And it's not about necessarily, there's a lot of opportunities. But if you've got the right mentorship, and I know that they do with you and I and a few others of us, Brian Williams, Mick Karshner, Shore Slocum, all of us have made our own millions, and we're all self-made. It wasn't handed to us. We worked our butts off. And we're right now at a place in our life where we're wanting to give back. Because with great freedom comes great responsibility. And it's time right now, because of the pain people are in. I can't stomach it anymore to know that there are people that I feel like are my brothers and sisters, and I really mean this, that we're related all at some level. And I don't like that people go to bed with angst in their stomach, not knowing what they're going to do for their next meal, to pay off a credit card, to pay the rent, to pay the mortgage. I don't like that people go to bed with that feeling. And so that is something you and I can solve with our mentorship. And we're calling it the 5 millionaire mentors. Raven, Sam, Shore, Brian, and Mick. Everybody on this webinar will have access to all 5 of us. That was my vision. And I said, Sam, you're one of us, because you want to give back. And so I'm excited for everybody on here, not only to have the right opportunity, because there's lots of great opportunities, but I'm excited that everybody here has the opportunity to be aligned with the right mentorship. And Shore shared today on a webinar earlier today, you become the sum total of the 5 people you hang out with. Well, guess what? Now you got the 5 mentors. You've got the 5 people who want to help you rock and roll in life, because at the end of the year, we're going to be at some resort somewhere celebrating. Mark it in your calendars. December 2012, we're going to be celebrating somewhere in the world. And mark my word, there will be 30 millionaires on that stage. And Sam, I hope that at least 10 of them are here on this webinar tonight. So you can hear my passion. I'm so excited that we've got the right opportunity and the right leadership, the right mentors, and the right timing, my friend. It couldn't be better timing. So thanks for having me on here.
Absolutely. And I want to thank you for coming and spending the time. And folks, Raven is an absolute rock star, and what she brings to the table is huge. But when we collectively come together as a team, okay, because I can teach you a whole bunch of stuff about the internet, but there's certain things that I cannot teach you, that Raven can teach you, or that Short can teach you, or that Brian can teach you. And that's why I got involved, because I've been out here by myself, educating, teaching, training, and changing lives, and have changed lives. But I want to take it to a whole nother level. I want to take it to a whole nother level. And this vehicle is by far the easiest, simplest, best vehicle that I've seen that anyone at any level, regardless of where you are financially, regardless of what your technical acumen is, regardless of what your formal education is, can take this and absolutely run with it with the proper guidance. So with that said, I'm going to show you exactly what you're going to be getting. And I'm going to show you how it works. And I'm going to show you how you're going to get paid. Because I know you want to know, okay, all of this is great. How does it benefit me? And how does it work? So let me explain it, what it is. I'm going to actually go online and show it to you. And then I'm going to explain how you make money with this. Okay? So there are 4 ways to get it, but there's really only one, and I'm going to explain that. Now, level 1 is the basic level, and essentially what you get is you're going to get the blog platform that you can use to market any business. And this is the platform that already has 600,000 backlinks, that is already below 1,000 on Alexa, and you get to leverage all those backlinks to promote any business. So if you have a brick and mortar business, you have a primary business, let's say if you're doing some other marketing, direct sales, you can promote that business, but the links are there, and it's easy to rank. And you can make money off of it because you can resell the platform. Okay, you get resale rights to resell that platform. So that's level 1. Level 2 is the blog platform plus the Inner Circle membership. Okay, and the Inner Circle membership is awesome because it's the top leaders, the top people in the business that's out there that's killing it and crushing it, that actually get on calls, okay, and they share what they're doing. They share their information. They share their knowledge. No one is selfish. This is all about giving back, and no one holds back, okay? The third level is the blog membership plus the Inner Circle and the Costa Rica Mastermind. Now, the Costa Rica Mastermind consists of generally, it was basically a big get-together down in Costa Rica. One of the founders of the company actually decided to bring together the top individuals, the top online marketers, the top direct sale marketers, and bring them together and literally come up and mastermind and show and reveal the best strategies that are working right now in today's marketplace. Now, not only is it a one-time purchase of $500, okay? And level 4 is all 3, the blog platform, the Inner Circle, the Costa Rica Mastermind, and the 15K formula. And folks, let me tell you, the people who are using the 15K formula are absolutely crushing it right now. They're crushing it because of the strategies and techniques that are included in the 15K formula, which shows you literally exactly the steps that you need to take to get up to a $15,000 per month business. And when you're able to factor in the fact that you're going to be dealing with and having the 5 millionaire mentors in addition to this information and training, is going to make it that much better. Okay? So I'm actually going to go out on the internet right this second, and I'm going to show you my back office so you can actually see live exactly what this is, and then I'm going to explain exactly how you make money. Okay? All right, so here we go. All right, let me log in here. So here it is. So what you're looking at right now is the Fast Start training. Now, all of this training that you see back here, lesson 1 through 8, all this information is included with just at the $25 level, okay? And you get to resell that, all right? This is the Inner Circle membership, and these calls are phenomenal, okay? And you can see here, we just had the last call that was posted on the 31st, and they're here. You can download them, and I mean, the information here is phenomenal. Killer copywriting secrets, how to be a sponsor machine, how to become the top income earners, seven-figure producer and leadership concepts, 15K per month earner, 13K per month earner. I mean, these are top people giving out all of their tips, tricks, and everything that's working, so that way you can go out there and be successful in this business. And that's why it is imperative that you want to be involved with this. But there's some other benefit to this as well, okay? Next is the Costa Rica intensive, and you can see all the trainings back here. What does and doesn't work? How much simpler can you get other than that? Viral sustainability. If you don't know anything about viral marketing, okay, you definitely want to pay attention once you start going through that information. The power of metaphors, how to get people to buy stuff, and Power Hour, create money out of thin air. That's a great one. Marketing for smart people, keeping it all together, getting your stuff to rank fast. I mean, these are all valuable, valuable lessons. And of course, last but not least, the 15K formula, okay? And this, folks, is what people are using to absolutely go out there and crush it. Absolutely go out there and crush it, all right? So let me explain to you how you actually get paid, all right? And it's real simple, and I like simple. So before you get involved, you want to know, okay, how do I get paid? So here's how it works. Once you get involved and we start working together, you get resale rights once you take action. So at level 1, you get a license to resell that blogging platform. Okay, here's the beautiful part. With most companies, you get paid a percentage. It doesn't work like that here. You get paid 100% commissions. Okay, let me say that one more time. 100% commissions, meaning that they go right to you. Okay, right into your bank account, your PayPal account, your merchant account. That money gets right to you. You don't have to wait on the check. It's instant cash flow, and that's why I named this the internet cash flow training, because this is how you can create instant cash flow. All right. Level 2, the same way. You get resale rights. You have a license to sell the Inner Circle membership, so you can build a monthly residual income. So for every platform that you sell, whether it be to even just a business owner that just wants to use it to market their business, okay, because all the hosting and everything's included, you just created a $25 per month income stream. Okay, if they want to get additional Inner Circle training, which I definitely recommend they do, then it's $100 per month income stream. So these are monthly, month after month after month, you get paid. Okay, level 3, the Costa Rica Mastermind. It sells for $500, but once you buy it, you also get resale rights to that. Okay, so now when people come in and they want to get this other information, they buy directly from you. That $500 goes right into your bank account. Okay, and the same thing for the 15K formula. So you can see this isn't complex, all right? This isn't, something that you have to understand all these, different binaries and all this other stuff. I mean, it's a very simple program. Very, very, very simple program, okay? But there's definitely some more here that I want to share with you. So that's how you get paid. Simple, straightforward. All right. So here is the reason there's only one way to get in. Now, you can come in at those lower levels, but if you come at those lower levels, you're not raising your hand and saying, Sam and Raven, I want you to take me to the $1 million mark. Because we're going to hit that mark. There's no question about it. We're going to do it. The question is that you? So we're looking for people who want to go all in. Like, look, I see it, I get it, it clicks, I understand it, I'm all in. It's only $875 for everything. And you can be in the black within the next 24 to 48 hours. And for those people who take action and go over to callswithsam.com/empower, we're going to be doing another special webinar that's going to help you recoup your investment within the next 24 to 48 hours. Okay, we're going to show you exactly how to do that. But you're going to get access to the 5 millionaire mentors. Okay, so you actually going to have people that charge $1,000 per hour personally working with you, personally holding your hand. This isn't just, come on in and go figure it out. No, we are building a team, a solid team, a family, okay, of people that's going to work together, aggregate their resources, and go out there and absolutely transform how people make money online. Okay, you're also going to get access to the private Zillionaire Tim's members area, okay, on Facebook. So we have a private Facebook group that you'll be able to get access to once you come in and you go all in. Now, like I said, this is $6,000 value alone just with the mentoring. Just with the mentoring, okay? But I wanted to make it a no-brainer. I mean, I wanted to make this thing so simple and to where it's like, you know what? Okay, I already get it. I know I get the 15K, the 15K. I get the Costa Rica Mastermind. I get to work with all you guys. But I wanted to take away every reason, every excuse that you could possibly have to not move forward and begin to work with us. Because we're already successful. We already made our money. And we're going to continue to grow. But if you want to really make this happen, here's what else I'm going to do for you. For the people that go all in, okay, this means you have to go all in. That means you got to go to callswithsam.com/empower, and you're going to go through the whole process, okay? Once you go through that whole process and you go all in, meaning that you purchase the 25, the 100, the 250, and the 500 for a total of $875, I'm going to throw in the Internet Domination System. Now, the Internet Domination System retails for $1,000. This is my $1,000 product, okay? And for those of you who know me, some of you may even own this. So you know, this is the real deal, all right? But let me just share with you, for those of you who are not familiar with the Internet Domination System and what it is, I'm going to break it down for you. And this is some additional training that I'm giving to you to help expedite your success, okay? So, with the Internet Domination System, the first thing you're going to get is the turnkey blueprint to success. Now, this is going to allow you to set a strong financial foundation, okay? This is going to just kind of lay it all out for you. And it's a step-by-step process to find the profit points and show you how to actually position yourself for success in the marketplace online. You're also going to get the More Money Lead Machine. I'm going to show you how to get more and better quality leads for your business. Consistent, predictable leads, and how to automate that whole process. I'm also going to show you how to be persuasive and influence on the internet, plus my 3 undercover strategies that absolutely crush online, okay? You're also going to get the IDS free traffic generator. Okay, I'm going to show you exactly how to target people who are looking for exactly what it is that you have to offer. Okay, that's included. All right, I'm going to show you how to generate free traffic through SEO, articles, videos, social media, Twitter, Facebook, link building, all the advanced strategies that a lot of people aren't aware of. Matter of fact, by you getting this information, like you're in like the top 1% of people, because most people don't take the time to learn this information. You're also going to get the automated profit list builder system. And I'm going to show you how to develop a list and build a relationship with that list so that way they want to do business with you. I'm also going to show you exactly how to automate your customer relationships as well as leverage the IDS email marketing formula, because there's a very specific strategy and formula that you want to use when you're doing email marketing and setting up your campaigns. And I'll show you exactly how to do that. Plus, you're going to get 3 secret list building strategies that literally can help take you and make you financial free, especially with this vehicle. All right. You're also going to get the IDS Financial Freedom Sales Funnel. Okay, so I'm going to show you exactly how you can actually create profit without having to even go out and find new leads. I'm going to show you how to develop a sales process and the best way to acquire new customers. And I'm going to teach you about the back end. Okay, because the back end is where the huge profits are made. All right, so that's also included. You're also going to get the Easy Product Blueprint, all right? So I'm going to show you how you can easily create your own products, create your own services, your own programs. So that way as you do and you work this business, you might have different ideas and things that you want to put together to add additional value to other individuals on your team. And I'm going to show you exactly how you do that, all right? And we're going to make this as simple as possible because I believe in speed of implementation. Speed of implementation. You want to go out there and you want to get to work fast. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to do a quick start coaching and training call, okay, for my people who are all in. So if you know what, Sam, I don't even need to think about it. I'm all in. I'm going all in. I'm going to be doing a coaching call with you so that way we can hurry up, get you in the black, get you profitable so that way you're making money ongoing and consistently. Folks, there's no question about this. This thing works. I tested it. I made sure I tested it. I put it to the test first before I presented it. Okay? I had to do that. I had to put it to the test first to make sure that it worked before I brought it to you. And what I've seen was absolutely phenomenal. I've been blown away by it. But here's the bottom line, and I'll leave you with this. Henry Ford said it best. If you think you can do a thing, or you think you can't do a thing, you're right. You're right. If you're on this call right now and you're like, you know what? I tried this stuff before. I tried the internet before. I can't do that. That stuff don't work for me. You're right. It won't work. It will not work for you. That is the mindset that you have. It will not work for you. But if you're thinking, I can do this. This looks doable. I know I'm going to have mentors to work with me. I have people that care and are truly going to be with me all the way. I can make this happen. I can be one of the 30 millionaires. You're right. You're absolutely right. And myself, Raven, and the rest of the team is going to do everything within our power to make that happen for you. All you got to do is head over to callswithsam.com/empower. Let us empower you. Let us work with you. And let us help you get the success that you deserve. Because you do deserve it. You do deserve it. Absolutely. Absolutely deserve it. So, that's all I got. I'm going to stick around and answer some questions. So, if you have questions, go ahead and type them in the box. I'll be more than happy to answer any questions that you have. And Raven, are you still around? Okay,
I'm here, Sam. I wouldn't be missing this. You're doing a great job. I'm liking it.
Awesome, awesome. Thanks. Thank you so much. So, folks, if you have questions, go ahead and type them in. I'll be more than happy to answer them. Lillian says, do we have a payment plan? So, Lillian, again, you can come in at any level. However, in order to get everything that I just laid out in terms of with the bonuses, you have to come all in. But you can get involved now for $25. Okay? $25 you can get in. So, I mean,
hey, Sam, can I say something about that?
Yeah, go ahead.
Because I remember being 18 years old and being in a meeting and looking at my very first business opportunity. And at that time, I got into Herbalife, and Herbalife was $4,000 to get in. And that's like a lot. That's a lot of money now. Imagine back in 1988, them asking me for $4,000. And you know, the person who invited me to that meeting said this to me: are you going to focus on the amount you have to invest, or are you going to focus on the amount you're going to make? And I said, well, that's a good question. Let me focus on the amount I'm going to make. And they said, well, do what other businesses do. I said, well, I didn't know at 18 what other businesses did. And he said, use other people's money. I said, well, what does that mean? He said, just pull out a credit card, put the $4,000 on a credit card, and then by the time your credit card statement comes, make sure that you're able to pay it off. And I said, well, that's a smart idea. And here's what's interesting about this, is when I got involved with this company, because it just launched 90 days ago. So when I got in November 8th, on November 9th, I did a conference call, kind of like what you're doing right now, with a few people. And I had one girl on there. I never thought she was going to do anything. She's 36 years old, living at home, on unemployment. She's making $400 a week, and she's about to finish her final extension on unemployment. And I said the same thing to her. And she called me up after the conference call and said, Raven, I just want to make sure for real before I get all in at 875. Do you really think I can go in the black? Because all you need to do is get one other person in at 875, because you keep 100%, and you go in the black. And I don't know any other opportunity where in 24 hours you could be in the black. And I said, Talene, I said, I 100% believe that if you put this on your credit card, because her credit card interest rates were over 20% because they were so maxed out. I said within 30 days it's paid off. And you know what? In 6 days, she had all her money back, and she just threw that back on her credit card, and her business was free. So I just want to put that out there because I know what that situation is like. I've had somebody in with me just a couple of months ago that asked me the same thing. And I think, sometimes we just have to be, you got to be a risk taker and a decision maker. And you just got to take the risk and make the decision and get all in. There's only one way to play in life. And all of us know this. Nobody would ever marry somebody and not have them be all in. Can you imagine? So you're there standing at the altar, and it's like, I vow to give you 50%. And the other person says, I vow to give you 100%. Nobody would marry that person. Well, it's the same thing with business.
Yeah,
I mean, you and I, Sam, we want to give 100% to the people who give 100%. We want to get married to the 100%ers, and that only makes sense.
That's a great point, Raven. That is a great point, because the people that raise their hand, and folks, I mean, for the amount of value, I mean, $8.75 is a drop in a bucket. I mean, you'll spend that between going to the movies, going shopping. I mean, that's done. But this is a real opportunity. Like I showed you the stats. The numbers don't lie. I mean, we're talking about a company that is growing faster than Google and Facebook did when they first launched their site online. And the space is more competitive now than ever. So, I mean, when I seen that did it for me. That was it. That was it. I seen the writing on the wall. I got it. I got it. I mean, this is by far probably, like I said, the easiest, simplest thing to do, because all of the leverage is already, all the legwork has already been done. You just have to come in and follow the instructions. Raven and I are developing a system. You can fully automate this. Fully automate this. And we're going to be launching it. And I'm super excited, because once we turn that on, we're going to blow it out of the water. Do you want to chime in on that, Raven? Or what we have?
I was just going to say, I was just going to say that, to hire me personally, and this isn't to brag, it's just a fact. I mean, to hire me personally is $1,000 an hour with a 10-hour minimum. So you got to write me a check for $10,000, and that's even if I don't really do that anymore. And somebody might have to write me a bigger check. And I know your time is very valuable, and I just want to, if someone said, when I was 18 years old, if I had been focused on the $4,000, I never would have become a self-made millionaire. I would have remained a homeless or, very middle class at best woman. And in that moment of decision, like Tony Robbins says, my destiny changed. And I begged and borrowed. I didn't steal, but I begged and borrowed the money, the $4,000, and then it was $2,000 a month to be in Herbalife in 1988. And that's, I mean, come on. At $8.75, this is a giveaway. And the fact that you could, I mean, you're going to be doing more webinars, and we're going to be on them. The fact that people could invite people to another webinar, it's crazy to me that this thing should be $3,000 or $4,000 or $5,000 or $10,000. I can't believe it's only $8.75. And I would say to anybody, if you focus on the $8.75, and I hate to be so blunt, but I guess that's just how I am. Once you get to know me, you'll see I'm just so blunt. If $8.75 stops you from being mentored by Sam and I, then you don't deserve to get out of your financial situation. Because I don't know where you're going to find two more dedicated, committed, heart-centered people who are willing to mentor you. And that was the only thing that changed my life. There were two things. One, the 4,000 didn't stop me. There's always obstacles, but if you focus on the obstacle, you're never going to get to the win. So that didn't stop me. I mean, basically nothing really stops me in life. I think it's that tenacious spirit. And the other thing that got me out of my situation was having the mentor. And so if 875 is going to stop you, I hate to tell you this, but you probably deserve the situation that you're in, because you're here at a place where, yeah, I know that there's a lot of scams, there's a lot of make money, but Google me and watch. Hold on, my throat's going. Google me and watch my YouTube video where I walk away from almost $1 million a year, because I don't believe the opportunity is a fair chance for anybody to get in and succeed. And then you tell me that I don't live my life ethically. You tell me, or tell Sam, that this is just another one of those things that we see everywhere. Because this isn't. And this could be the answer. You just got to follow your gut. I mean, nobody needs to be sold here. Sam, nobody needs to be sold. It's just, it's an unbelievable opportunity. And I can't believe, in 1988, it's 2012, 24 years later, to get into an opportunity is 4 times less than what it was for me. I mean, to me, that's crazy. Crazy.
Absolutely. And, the reality is, my folks, especially for my folks who know me and been around with me for quite some time, that I've never offered anything like this. I'm generally strictly internet affiliate marketing, which this is, but it's something so much more, because it's a platform that's already done for you. It's a sales process that's already done. You don't have to go out and figure any of this stuff out. It's already in place. Okay? It's already in place. So, you're getting something that's been tested and proven to work. It's much harder to go out there and build the funnel, get the traffic, build 600,000 backlinks, build the blog. To do all of that yourself, you would spend $10,000. Like, I've built my own personal blog network, and it cost me over $5,000 to have my own private blog network, and it's still peanuts compared to the network that's already at my fingertips for $25 a month. It's insane. So, it's all there for you. It's all laid out. It's all laid out. We have some people ask the question. If you are going through the process and you're trying to sign up, it's not $875 at one time. You have to go through each step. Okay, so bear with the surfer dudes in the videos. Those are the founders, and they're awesome guys. And you can actually go through that process. Okay, so if you're going to go all in, just go ahead, go through the process. It'll take a few minutes, but once you finish going through, we'll see the back office, and everyone that goes through that process, you'll get activated tonight. Okay, you'll get activated.
I don't know if you can show on your. Sam, I don't know if you can show on your screen where to do the 250, the 15K formula, because that was a product that was added after they launched. They took the top leaders who made over 15,000 that month, and those people did some training. And so they're going to need to go into anybody. I'm excited for this, because I know you're going to have your 10 zillionaire millionaires. I'm excited. So they're going to go into the back office, and after they enroll, I don't know if you can show that on here or not.
Yeah, actually I can. So you can watch the screen here.
Because I know you've got people who are going to be chomping at the bit. So they go through this. And I would also let people know that you see down there at the bottom, Sam, right before the add to cart, it says, I agree that Sam Bell is my referring affiliate. A lot of people might have seen this company and might be cookied. It is absolutely imperative that before they click that says Sam Bell on it. That's important, because we want you to be connected with Sam and with me and with the other millionaire mentors. And you can't be a millionaire mentor unless you're a self-made millionaire. So all of our mentors are. But you want to make sure that you agree right there. Do you see that, Sam?
Yep. So basically, you'll come here, and the first offer is for $25. Just check that. Hit the add to cart button. Once you do that and you pay, then you'll get the next option for the Inner Circle membership. Okay. So this will be the first option. So go ahead, fill out the form, check it, make sure it has my name there, so that way you will be connected to our team directly. Okay. And then just go through the process.
And then do you want to show where the 250 is? Because
yep. So once you get in the back office, once you get your username and password and you log in, you'll see where it says the 15K formula. And what you'll do is just click on the link. When you click here, I already have access to it, but if you don't have access to it, what it'll do is it will take you to the page to get access to the 15K formula.
And also because there's about 13, David Wood just sent me a screenshot. There's about 1,300 people coming onto the website every minute right now. And so if for some reason somebody they do their 25 and they get logged out, they just take their username and password, log in to empowerednetwork.com, and go under my training. The fast start is the $25, and then they can click on Inner Circle, and then it'll have an add to cart.
Yep. So you can do fast start.
You're already in. So yeah, so the fast start is that you pay the $25 for that. The Inner Circle is $100. The Costa Rica Intensive is $500. And then after they launched, they took the top leaders who had made over $15,000 and said, let's help people make $15,000 a month, which I think is a great and genius idea. Talk about empowering people. And then that's the $250. So you just want to make sure to get mentored by Sam and I and the other millionaire mentors that you get all in at $875, because you give 100%, we're going to give 100%, and then you're going to be added. Sam, just make sure all of your leaders get added to the special. I see it up here on Facebook, the special Z30 group that we have on Facebook for them.
Absolutely, and we had a few questions about some of the other leaders, and just to show we all support each other. I mean, we all support each other. We're all here to help. Is Brian or Shore or Mick, are they on the call?
Yeah, Shore is actually right here because he is my partner in life and in the business. And let me do Shore's introduction because he's very humble. Shore, Tony Robbins took a 3-year hiatus after he got married in 2001, and he scoured the planet for the top person he could find to take over for him to teach life mastery in Fiji. And the person he picked was Shore. Shore also launched the most successful, conscious, like soulful, spiritual Facebook called soulneeds.com last year. This is a person who is one of the most sought after speakers in the world. He is a self-made millionaire. He happens to be my absolutely amazing boyfriend and one of our millionaire mentors. So I'm going to bring on Shore, and just so you know, Brian is on the call as well. So here's Shore. Awesome. And by the way, if you go to Facebook, Sam, and you look up Shore Slocum, you can bring up a picture of who Shore is.
Awesome. That we're all here in the back office. And I'm going to unmute Brian too.
Are we good?
We're good. Hey, Shore, how you doing, man?
Good, Sam. Thanks for having us on. This is awesome. I love that you're reaching out to your community and introducing them to Raven, and thanks for having me on. This is going to be such a blow and go thing. I know one thing about Raven is I trust her intuition. When she's been really searching for several years since she walked away from her last company for what's next, and she's played around a lot of things, looked at a lot of things, done our diligence, and landed on this. And we've seen it work incredible in the last 90 days in beta. So I'm so fired up to have you on board. And like I said this morning when we were chatting, it's Raven mentioned it again, but the people you surround yourself with is who you become. So I'm fired up that you're going to be on helping my people, my team. We're going to be helping yours, which will all become our big family together. So we're going to do some amazing things, I think, break records and set a lot of people free financially for sure, but also I think free in a way where they feel like they have a family and resources that they may have never had before. So thanks for having me on, Sam.
Absolutely, I appreciate it, sure. And Brian, if you're on, I'm gonna unmute you. If you want to just, because we had a few people ask about the other mentors, so I want people to know that yes, we're real people. We're all right here. So let's see.
Hey Sam, why don't you go to the top of Facebook and you can quickly put in Shore's name and go to his Facebook page, because it's sometimes nice to have a picture to the. There he is.
There he is.
There he is. And now we've got Brian.
Hey guys. Sam, great to be here with you, and of course Raven and Shore. And look, this is just there I am. I just actually upgraded to the timeline view of Facebook, so you can see the whole family there, at least the backs of them. So yeah, I mean, like Raven was just saying, look, we're real serious business people. We're obviously successful marketers, but we're also just people. We got families. Like there's a picture of my whole family looking at Shamu at SeaWorld. I'm a Cub Scout leader. I'm an Eagle Scout. I coached a Little League team for my boys, and my wife is extremely involved in the local PTA here in the elementary school. I was just gloating over my son Joseph came home today with his big 4th grade project, and his teacher says, "You had amazing and original thoughts. Great work. A+." So, this is what life's all about, right? And it's just great to be able to be part of a team like this with other like-minded millionaire business owners and other like-minded soon-to-become millionaire business owners that we can help and give back and contribute. I was talking earlier with Sam and Shore and Raven this morning, actually, and we were discussing that, there comes a point where you want to contribute more than take, and we're all there, and we want that for you. And you can't have better leadership than with Sam. I mean, Sam and I just last week actually had the privilege of being able to spend some quality time together. We were attending a real high-level event together in the internet marketing space, and it really becomes it becomes that. So, like Raven was saying, there we are, right there, having lunch together. So, jump in, go all in. We're here to support you, and we're completely accessible for making sure that you get everything you need. Go ahead,
Brian. You have to let me brag on you a little bit. So Brian is an absolute rock star. He's very, very modest. Brian is a super affiliate, like super duper affiliate. Was 1.5 million in 6 days?
Yeah, we did a little more than 1.2 million. Yeah.
$1.2 million in 6 days. So do you think someone that can generate $1.2 million in 6 days might be able to teach you a thing or two? I mean, this guy is phenomenal, and actually have coaching clients that pay him thousands of dollars each and every single month. So the fact that you get to work with, this caliber of people, for $875 is ridiculous. It's an absolute steal, because you're getting.
Damn. I was going to add something, but go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt, because I adore Brian, and I want to brag about him too, but go ahead.
No, I just wanted to say just the collective genius, and I feel smarter. I mean, a lot of people, because I'm technically thinking like, well, I know everything. I don't know everything. I know a lot about a little.
But Sam, I wanted to add that, for the people watching this, and you look at Brian, he is very humble. The great thing about us is that we all like to have fun. Of course, we like to make money, but the reason we like to make money is so we can have fun and make a difference. And Brian is one of those people, and so are you, who really, I hope that both of you become billionaires, because the difference that you will make in other people's lives, people like both of you deserve to really come into a lot of this power, because in this world, that's what equates to power. But with Brian, let me say this about him too, because we're in the company of genius here, and I love my team, and all you have to do is get in for 875 and you can say my team too. That's what I love about this. But I love my team. I got to say, Brian has been responsible for $1 billion on online marketing sales. That's the mentorship we have here, Sam.
That is off the hook. $1 billion in sales. I mean, it's just phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. We had a question. We actually had a question from Paul. Paul said, once you get in, what is the personal time commitment to make this successful with the 5 mentors? And for the record, is this an MLM and you only make money if you refer other people? And lastly, are there any hidden costs? So one thing you're going to know about us and our team, Paul, is that we have the utmost and highest integrity and are totally transparent about everything that's involved. I do not know what it's going to take for you to be successful. We have some people doing this and they can hit it full time. We have people that have jobs, but they're going out there. We had, matter of fact, Christine, and I don't know if she's on the call or not, but she just got in. And could you tell a story about Christine, Raven, and where she was and what happened just like that? Like the light bulb went off for her, and that was it.
Is Christina on this webinar, or do you want me to tell her story?
Just tell her story. I don't think she's on now.
Okay, so Christina Martin, if you want to pull up her picture, I think she's on Facebook too. But Christina Martin, she found one of my ads that I placed out there, and she saw one of my webinars, just like what you're doing here tonight. And she, every Monday, for people who get all in, we have our Z30 Leadership Mentor Call. Now, this is the 100% team. And so there she is. And she saw my ad, got in, didn't even know me. At least these people know you, Sam. She didn't know me, and she trusted something inside of herself. And, here she was. She threw it all on a credit card. And she's been with us only for a few weeks. And she was on the Monday Mentors Call. And I put her on the hot seat. I have this thing called the hot seat. And I gave her some one-on-one, like in-depth, raw, totally transparent, totally real mentoring and coaching. And she transformed before everybody's eyes. And within 8 hours, she had her first 875 in, and she's been texting me all night, because now she's got my number, because I know she's got the eye of the tiger. She's been texting me all night. She's like ready to call like 500 people between now and Monday. She's so excited. It's that mentorship that flipped her right around. And that's the thing about having one-on-one ability to be with us. And that happens every Monday morning at 10 a.m. Pacific time and 1 o'clock. And those are also recorded. So, and there was a couple of questions that person, I don't know, who's the name of the person that just asked you?
Can I jump in just for 1 second, guys?
Yeah, go ahead, Brian.
So, look, and this isn't meant to be harsh or rude in any way. I'm just going to say this for everybody to hear. The right question to ask yourself is, what's it worth for you? What's it worth to finally break free and get out of this life everything you want? What's it worth? And some people are going to put in a little bit of time. Some people might put in a lot of time. But what matters is to what end? That's what matters. And so ask yourself, is it your time? Is it your time right now to be part of the most amazing group of leaders I've ever been a part of? I mean, I took a company public a number of years ago, okay, became an instant millionaire as a result of that. Worked with some of the most brilliant minds in the finance and economic space that you could think of. The household name people, which I will not mention here, but they're household name type people. This group here, this team here, in the Zillionaire group that Raven founded and now Sam and I and Shore are so honored to be a part of, is way better. Way more inspirational, way more, is going to get you so much further in life than anything else you could think of. Oftentimes you hear, like, well, if you could have, like, lunch with anybody and pick their brain for an hour, who would it be and what would you say? It's Sam Bell. It's Raven Starr. It's Shore. It's Mick, who you haven't met yet. Those are the people that come to the top of my mind and will for you as soon as you jump in here. So those are the questions that you should be asking. So that's just what I got to say about that.
No, that's great. And the last question I believe you had, we said, what's in it for us? So the way that this system is set up, it is 100% commission, but there are pass-ups. So do we make money? Yes, we make money, okay? But the reality is that we don't make money unless you make money. So we have a vested interest in everyone's success. That's why Raven is pushing so hard. She wants 30 millionaires. Do you know how much money she would make if Raven helped 30 people make $1 million? Yes, she's motivated. Yes, we're going to make money. That's the whole part of this business. But it's a real business. It's real value because of the level and quality of training. And then you have a platform. You have a platform that you can promote anything off of. So you have people that are involved with this company that have other businesses that they use this platform to promote. So there's multiple benefits. I mean, if you cannot see the benefit of working with 5 individuals who have created independent wealth for themselves and for their families for $875, you won't get rich. It's not going to happen because your mindset has to be in a proper place. You have to have a mindset of abundance. You have to have a straight up killer instinct. You got to go out there and claim what's yours. I'm not saying this is going to be, the easiest thing that you ever do. In fact, we are probably the most no BS, no nonsense team because we're going to kick you in your butt if you're not out there doing what you need to do. But that's what you want. You don't want someone that's going to tell you, oh, it's okay, and make excuses for you. You don't want that because that person doesn't have your best interest at heart. If someone is allowing you to go out and not do the things that's going to help you become successful, they don't care about you. The person that's on your butt and riding you to make it happen, those are the ones that want to see you succeed. Those are the ones that want to help you get to the next level. And we've had people probably just bounce because of that sheer reason. Because they cannot deal with someone telling them what they know is in their best interest. And that's okay. This isn't for everybody. This is not for everybody. Everybody cannot be wealthy. And that's fine. But if you made that decision in your mind that, yes, I am going to be wealthy, yes, I want to work with a team of millionaires to help expedite that process, then there's no question you're going to do whatever it takes to make it happen. And the reason I'm so passionate about this is because I've been out here for so long. I've seen every scam, hustle, trick, everything you can think about that's out there. And like I said, I spent 30 days investigating this thing before I even went all in. But when I did, I committed. And that's it. I'm in. And I'm in with a solid group of team, a solid group of people. And we're only growing it. We're only growing it. So, if you haven't taken action, head over there, callswithsam.com/empower. Get all in. The value is sick. It's absolutely ridiculous. Okay? And it's just a matter of taking massive action. Taking massive action. Now, once you get involved at $875, are there any other cost involved? The only other costs that are involved are marketing costs, okay? Because you want to go out there, you want to market your business, all right? So, yes, once you get in, you do have to pay marketing costs, okay? But what business can you get in without paying marketing costs? Do you have to put time, energy, and effort? Yes. Will you spend additional money? Yes. I personally spent, a lot of money outside of what it cost me to get involved to prove the model. Because before I even took this, and I didn't even share everything, because we have another call for everyone that's going to get all in. We have some real high-level stuff that I'm going to be sharing with you on that call. But I said, you know what? I already have a database of people that I know like me, love me, trust me, okay? And they'll move because I'm telling them to. But I said, I want to go and find out if I can work with people that don't know me from a can of paint, don't know who I am, what my reputation is, and still get them into business. And I did that. And by doing so, I was able to prove that this model works. And I'm not an MLMer. I don't come from that MLM space. I'm totally new to that space. But I do know how to market, okay? And if you know how to market, you can get an ROI, okay? There's no question about it. No question about it. So, folks, do you have anything else? You guys have anything else you want to share with everyone? Raven,
Sam,
Brian?
why don't you show your URL again?
Absolutely.
Sam, I would put up your URL again. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I would put up your URL again.
Let's see, right there we go. All right. Yep. So again, that's callswithsam.com/empower. Empower. Let's see if I have any more questions. If you're having an issue, Tori, I have a different address for personal info and billing info. Just put all the billing info so that way it can go through, and then just put in an email address. Just put a good email address for you. The address doesn't necessarily have to be the same. Just put in the email address and correct phone number so that way you can receive the emails. So just make sure you have that info in there. You should be good to go. Okay. Paul, I work 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. and I have a family of 3 beautiful girls. You think I can make this success? Absolutely, Paul. I mean, Ryan, how many kids do you have?
I have 3 kids, and here's the thing: we've got a rock star in our group who you meet as soon as you make the choice to get all in here. And what? She's a single mom with 8 kids.
Yeah, and actually, Brian, she's on the East Coast. Yeah, she's got 8 kids. Her name is Natalie Griffith.
Yeah.
8 kids.
And she's doing this.
And she got, you know what, Brian? She got all in. This is how tenacious her little soul is. She got all in at $875 right away, and she's got 8 kids.
Wow.
Look, here's I'm gonna leave you with this. I can come up with, you can come up with, Raven can come up with, Sam can come up with a whole bunch of reasons to not do something. We can. That's just, it happens to us when we become adults. Some switch triggers in our brains. I don't know when it is. Maybe when we're 11 or 12 years old. And we start making excuses for not doing something. And only one really good reason for going forward and doing something that you know and you feel is right. And if you feel that it's time for you, and if you feel that this might be the door opener that you've been looking for, you're probably right. So make the choice. And we will help you. We will help you tame the excuse demons that cloud our minds. And that's what being part of this team is all about. That's what being part of this team is all about. You can hear my family in the background, I think. So apologize for that. But that's what this team's all about. It's getting through all that crud that's clouded our brains since whenever that switch flipped for us when we were young. And you'll get through it because you've got us behind you and other people who you haven't met yet. But right behind you. You have access to the whole team 24 hours a day in our private forums, which you get immediate access to. So,
Absolutely.
Yeah, 8 kids, 3 kids, 10 kids, it doesn't matter. It don't matter.
And you know what? I gotta say this too, because it's not always perfect timing for everybody. So I just want to say, God bless those people. If this isn't for you, because it's not for everybody, not everybody is in the space where they can put a few hours aside every day or every week to change their financial situation. And it might not be for you. And maybe it'll be for you 3 months from now, 6 months from now, no months from now. We don't know that. But if it is right for you, just do what Brian said. Just feel it out. If it feels right, I'm with this because it felt right to me. And just like my last company I was with felt right. But Sam, I got to say, it's not for everybody.
Yep, absolutely. And also, folks, if you're on this call and someone else invited you to this call, do not go through don't go through my link. Contact that individual. If someone invited you to this call, contact them, okay, and get with them because they're part of our team. And like I said, we're totally above board, ethical, and we want to make sure that everyone gets their just due, okay? But if I invited you, go ahead, take action. Let's get this thing going because this thing's going to blow up. And one thing we didn't even mention, okay, and I'm just going to put it out there, is that this is in beta, okay? For those of you who aren't familiar with how a rollout goes, generally when you have a rollout, you have beta and then you have launch. We haven't even launched yet, okay? We haven't even launched yet, and this thing is already one of the top 1,000 websites on Alexa. We're going to be doing a huge launch, and that's why we're pushing to get everyone involved at the top level because we're going to be doing some special things with the people that are all in and have committed to getting and being one of the 30, okay? So get all in because during launch we have some exciting stuff that Raven, Shore, Brian, and Mick and I are putting together just for our team, all right? And it's what's going to separate us, the Zillionaire team, from everyone else. And it's going to be phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. Tori, what I said was, what's your email address? If it's saying that you just put in all the information as the same for your billing as well as your personal. Just make sure your email address and phone number are good email addresses so that we can get the information. We're not going to be physically mailing you anything, so you should be good to go. Okay. So good stuff there, folks. This has been awesome. I'm super excited. I'm glad, and for those of you that have joined the team, once I get everything, all the information we're going to go through, I'm actually going to be up late tonight, going through all the people that signed up, and I'll be manually activating you for everyone that went all in and adding you to the members area, so that way we can get on the fast track. Okay, and I'll be mailing out a quick start. I'll be mailing out an email with some quick start information, so you can get your quick start coaching call and everything lined up. All right. Yes, we have one other question. So when you get all in, do you still get billed monthly? Yes, the only monthly fee. So the $250 and the $500 is only one time. It's one time deal. The only thing you pay monthly is the $25 monthly for your blogging platform, which you want. You want to use that because that's that leverage. And then the $100 per month for the inner circle, okay? And you want to do that so that way you can get those calls and get that inside information and be an active part of the of the Zillionaire team in Facebook, okay? So, but don't worry about that because our goal is that you're going to make that money back if you do what we tell you to do and you take action. So don't even worry about it. Just do it. If you want to get in, get in. If this isn't for you, it's no worries. I love you all, but I was obligated to share this with you, present you with this information because this is truly, truly going to be a game changer for the way that people do business online. And I'm super excited to be working with the best, most phenomenal group of people that's out there that's in this business. So, folks, God bless. Thank you for spending this time with us. And I look forward to working with you. Again, that URL is callswithsam.com/empower. For those of you that got involved, congratulations. You will be hearing from me, and we are going to make this thing rock. Good night, everybody.